So first and foremost, as you've always known, then I work privately and then I do my announcements a little bit later. So what we've already done is that the entire ticketing system of the Gautrain actually accepts all the other ticketing systems. So it accepts Rea Vaya, it accepts Arieng, it accepts Harambe's ticket. And as long as you have stored travel rights, so you have your pay-as-you-go pocket of your ticket loaded, then you'll be able to use the Gautrain itself. And then what we actually enable is we enable the use of credit cards on the system, or prepaid credit cards, preloaded cards that are EMV compliant can then actually be used on the Gautrain itself. But we gotta go beyond the technology. So what we're doing now, first is deal with the technology issues as I had layered it on the original, on the previous question. We actually have to enable all the modes of transport to be visible within the Gautrain app. And we are redoing our app so that it can actually bring on all of that. We've had some few issues with APIs and the background information that lies in there, but we've resolved parts of that. But we actually have to do an upgrade to the app itself. I mean, if somebody could look at the app and says, "This app is new. Why are you upgrading it?" I'm upgrading it so that I make it easier for people to be able to find information. And then from then onwards, then you then have to be able to make sure that all the modes of transport have the ability to be visible, because it's one thing to say I'm going to make information visible, and then you have no trackers on minibuses. What we have is we have minibus routes, and those minibus routes have already been mapped with the Department of Transport. We've been working with the CSIR to map the entire minibus routes as they are, and to dynamically make sure that that information is upgraded on a yearly basis, so that when we load it up in trip planners, and then the next level of it is for us to then ensure that we have the single ticket. But the single ticket in itself is of no use information-wise or data-wise if you do not ensure that you have a system-wide, APTMS, the way of being able to track what services are where at what time. And that in itself is a bit of a challenge, because then you're asking, the different industries to be trackable. And we will have multiple challenges, and I don't anticipate. But the relationship that the MEC has built with public transport, and in particular with the taxi industry, will enable a lot of things to happen much faster. I mean, we've been working on this thing for the last 3 years, and I've been talking about it for a while. But now it's time to move. And as you've seen, the Premier has enabled it in his State of the Province address on how do we move forward.